Hello everyone. Today we are going to understand what is personal structure. So in my previous lecture I taught you enterprise structure. Now we will be understanding what is personal structure. Personal structure is made of employee group, employee subgroup, payroll area. What is employee group? Let's understand it. The employee group allows you to define your employees into groups and define their relationships to the company. For example, active, pensioner. Meaning it is used to distinguish your employees. Like this guy is active, meaning that he is currently working in the company, or this guy he is a retiree, early retiree, or this guy is a pensioner. So how are you going to distinguish the employees in the company? Is through employee group. So employee group is used to distinguish your employees between persons actively employed, pensioners and early retirees. So if you see this diagram, it shows like one person is active, another person is external employee, and one is pensioner. So it is distinguishing. Now what is employee subgroup? Employee subgroup is a subdivision of the employee group, meaning that I am an active employee, meaning I am working in the company, but I can be salaried employee, or I could be hourly wage earner, or I could be trainee. Because even though I am active, but again there is a subdivision under active, meaning a subdivision of the employee group is nothing but employee subgroup. So I am employee group active, but employee subgroup could be salaried employee. So I am salaried employee. Another employee, he could be hourly wage earner. So he is also active, but he is hourly wage earner. So hourly wage earner will become the employee subgroup, means subdivision of the employee group. So employee subgroup subdivide employee groups. So within the employee group for active employees, for example, a distinction is made between the following employee subgroups, which are shown up in the diagram. Now the last one is payroll area. What is payroll area? Even though this particular topic comes under the payroll section, but since it is a part of the personal structure, let us understand what is payroll area. Payroll area is a group of employees for whom payroll should be run together and at the same time. For example, in my company there are 10 employees. Out of the 10 employees, 4 employees could be getting salary every week. The remaining 6 employees could be getting salary every month. So now there are 2 different groups of employees. So now it becomes 2 different payroll area. So what is payroll area? It is grouping the employees for whom the payroll should be run together and at the same time. So this is payroll area. So now let us configure in SAP what is personal structure. Okay, so let's log into the SAP. So this is SAP IMG, which is implementation guide. So this IMG means implementation guide. So again I am going to enterprise structure. Now you might be thinking, why this personal structure is coming under enterprise structure? Sometimes, SAP has not given a separate section called personal structure, but it comes under the same IMG node. So I am expanding enterprise structure here. So I am going to definition. It's similar way how I created the enterprise structure for company code, personal area, sub area. First I went into the definition, then I went into the assignment. So let's go to definition. I'll expand this. Now I don't have to worry about the financial accounting because it's the employee group and subgroup which comes directly in human resources. So let me expand. Now you will see here employee group, employee subgroup, which is coming under human resource management. Let me click on employee group. So employee group is only one character alpha numeric. Either it could be numbers or it could be alphabet, but it's only maximum one. Because see, if you go to the new entries, if you enter 2 digit, it won't take. So it is only one. So there are some already SAP has given some by default some of the employee group. So if you think your company can utilize them, then you can use those employee groups. But if you think no, we have to create some new employee group, then you can just go to new entries and create the new employee group. Just like I have created Z and T, Zenith Active, Zenith Training. I'm giving this alphabet T and Z. That becomes my employee group. So I'll go back. So remember, the process is same. Go to new entries, enter the values, click on save. It will prompt with a box which shows the request number, which you must have seen in my previous lecture. So the process of configuring is same, but the most important is that the structure you have to define on a page or notebook wherever you are designing. So let's go back. Now I'll go to employee subgroups. So as I told you, within active there could be salaried employee, there could be hourly employee. Here we will be configuring that. So I am clicking on employee subgroup. This screen comes up. I'll click on define employee subgroup. When I click on this screen comes up. Employee subgroup is maximum 2 character alphanumeric. See, it could be 1 or 2, but maximum is 2. Employee group, it was maximum 1. Employee subgroup 2. So here also I have created like Zenith hourly, Zenith salaried, which basically you can also create your own employee subgroups when you practice. So you can see my example and you can create your own, and that way you will get more expertise. So after creating employee subgroups, I'll go back, but this was the definition. As I told earlier, after the definition you have to go to the assignment. Close the definition. Now go to the assignment, go to human resource here. Now you see here assign employee subgroup to employee group. Click here, this screen will come up. So basically when you click new entries, what you exactly you're doing here is that you are basically assigning the employee group and subgroup. For example, employee group active, employee subgroup salaried, employee group active, employee subgroup hourly. So you have to assign those two groups. So for example, let me show you the one which I have done here. So if you see here, I have created this assignment. So let me show you this one. If I go to the details, Details basically shows you the same screen when you click the new entries. The only difference is that details shows you whatever have been created. The new entries, the screen will be like new. So when I click the details, it is showing what I have configured here and what the assignment I have made here. So if you see, the employee group was Zenith Active and I assigned it to the employee subgroup Zenith Hourly. And also make sure to check mark the country for which this is allowed. Like I'm allowing this assignment for the country USA. So I checked this particular box. Similarly, I have created one more assignment. This was hourly. And this is salaried here. So this is the way, like, it basically shows you the assignment. So basically what you are doing here is like you are assigning the employee group to employee subgroup. Similarly, if you see the retiree here, it shows you the assignment. Most important thing is that, you know, whenever you assign it, make sure that, you know, whatever you are basically checking this, it means this country, for this country this grouping is allowed. So for example, I am just checking here. Now if I save, that box will come up prompt. What does it mean? This request number which comes automatically is storing this data, because when we move the data to another server, so all whatever we are doing here is stored in this particular number. So I'm going back. So now this was the personnel structure. Hope you understood. Try to practice with different values, with different structures, and then you know, you will get more expertise in that. Thanks.